Very good morning. In the last class, we have seen what is meant by motherboard, what is the importance of motherboard, and types of motherboards we have seen. In this class, we are going to see the various form factors of motherboards. What is meant by form factor? What are the form factors available, motherboard form factors available in the market now? So we are going to see the different form factors of motherboard such as AT motherboard, ATX motherboard, micro ATX motherboard, mini ATX motherboard, baby AT motherboard, BTX and NLX and etc. So we are going to discuss about all these motherboard form factors in this class. So our class is explain various motherboards based on the form factor such as AT, ATS, micro ATX, mini ATX, baby AT, BTX, and NLX, and etc. So this topic comes under the system board and mass storage devices. So before going to see what are the form factors about a motherboard, so first we see what is meant by form factor. When referring to computer hardware, a form factor is a specification of its layout and the physical dimensions. So form factor is defined as a physical specification of and physical dimensions of layout of the particular device. Form factors help prevent incompatibilities between multiple hardware manufacturers. So as the form factor is specifying the physical dimensions and layout of the device, so it prevents the incompatibilities between multiple hardware manufacturers because there are certain standards while developing the form factors. So based on the form factors available in the market, so we purchase the compatible devices to form a computer. So then what is the form factor of the motherboard? The form factor of motherboard determines the specification for its general shape and size. It also specifies what type of computer case and power supply will be supported, the placement of mounting holes, and the physical layout and organization of the board will specify here. So form factor of motherboard, in other words, specify the physical shape and size and what type of computer case and power supply will be supported to the motherboard. So and the placement of motherboard, mounting holes and everything will be specified in the motherboard form factor. The motherboard is the main component based on its function of the internal structure of all computers. Mainly, the motherboard is responsible for the interaction of all the elements of the computer, such as the CPU, RAM, storage, graphics card, I/O, input/output, and among other devices. It is extremely important to recognize its capabilities, limitations, as well as the main features it contains, so as not to replace the potential of any other piece within the PC. Another key element is the form factor, that is exterior physical size and shape, which also should be considered for the computer applications according to the field where it will be used. Form factor is especially important to build or assemble a computer systems and need to ensure to purchase the correct case and components which are compatible to each other. The form factor affects where individual components go and shape of the computer case. There are several specific form factors that most PC motherboards use so that they can all fit in standard computer cases. A number of motherboard form factors are available. So because this form factor is very especially essential while building or assembling computer system, because based on the form factor only the general things, CPU and other devices to be purchased, especially computer case and components. So this form factor affects individual components go in the shape of the computer case. There are several form factors. most PC motherboard used to, so that they can all fit in standard computer cases. Motherboards come in a variety of different shapes and sizes, such as which is known as the form factor. In addition to the dimension, and form factor will also dictate the layout and specifications of the ports, expansion slots, mounting holes, power supply, and of the motherboard components. So the physical dimension and the form factor dictate the layout, specification of ports, expansion of slots, mounting holes, power supply, and of the motherboard components. There have been a variety of form factors over the decades. However, only the ITX form factor is common today. Regardless of the form factor, each has its own standards which manufacturers must follow to ensure their parts are compatible with a particular motherboard. The form factor must ensure their parts must be compatible with the particular motherboard. So when we see the various form factors available in the market, AT type motherboard, Baby AT motherboard, ATX motherboard, Micro ATX, Flex ATX, BTX motherboard, LPX motherboard, NLX motherboard, and ITX motherboard. These are the various form factors available now, and we are going to see the details about all these form factors and differences and comparison among all these form factors we are going to see. The first ever motherboard form factor, AT motherboard, which is AT stands for Advanced Technology. Advanced Technology motherboard or a full size AT. The full AT is motherboard form factor introduced by IBM in the August of 1984 and was widely used in the 1980s. The full AT is 12 inches wide and 13.8 inches deep and only fits into a full size AT tower case. At present, this form factor is rarely found or currently almost obsolete and has been replaced by ATX and Baby AT. So AT motherboard is almost obsolete and it is an old motherboard. So here we can see the typical IBM AT motherboard. So where here, if you compare this AT motherboard with the present motherboards, available motherboards, there is a lot of difference. Because here in this motherboard, there were no PISA or PCA slots. A RAM, this is RAM area, it is completely restricted limitation in case of limitation, because it was only offering 640 kilobytes of RAM, and the RAM was in the form of integrated circuits which was soldered on the motherboard itself. So there was no chance of expansion of RAM with this motherboard form factor. And these are all integrated circuits supporting chips for motherboard. And here these are ISA slots available, no PCA slots are available here, no expansion card other than this, and there was no plug and play facility. This is the ROM, read-only memory. This is the power connector on the motherboard. This is the keyboard connector. So there was no mouse at all, and there was no other devices to be connected. Especially we were able to connect the printer to this motherboard. So motherboards are integrated. The RAM was integrated on it, mounted on it, and CPU also separated. This is the CPU, central processing unit. So this is also, sorry, this is the CPU, central processing unit. The processor also soldered on it. There is no chance of replacing the CPU on it. So this is a 80 type motherboard, old motherboard. It is almost obsolete now. The next one is form factor is Baby AT, a replacement for the full AT motherboard and sometimes referred to as BAT. The Baby AT is a motherboard form factor introduced by IBM in the year 1985. It is used with the microprocessors like 80286, 80386, 80486, and also Pentium CPU based computers up until the early 1990s. The Baby AT is 8.57 inches wide and 13.04 inches deep, which is almost the same as the original IBM XT motherboard with modifications in the new screw hole position to fit into 80 style case. The Baby 80 is now considered obsolete and was replaced by 80X. This is later version of the Baby 80 from Soitec. It includes support for DIMM memory, AGP adapters, and USB, which came in the screen in the late 1990s. Socket 7 is used for Intel chips, and x86 clones from the companies such as AMD and Cyrix. So here we can see the Baby 80 motherboard. These are the ESA slots available. Extension EASA we can also say. They are flash ROM BIOS, and these are 3 are PCA slots, and this one AGP slot, and these are IDA connector and floppy connector, and DIMM slots and SIM slots, and the power connector, motherboard power connector, keyboard connectivity, and serial ports, and parallel port, and PS2 mouse facility. Here is the cache memory, and these are chipsets, and this is socket 7 used for inserting the CPU. This is the BB80 motherboard. Next motherboard form factor is Advanced Technology Extended ATX. Is a specification used to outline motherboard configuration and dimensions in an effort to improve standardization. First released in the July of 1995 by Intel, ATX has since had many versions. There are a number of versions now. The first was version 2.01 in February 1997, then 2.03 in the May 2000, and 2.1 in June 2002, and 2.2 in February 2004. These were the versions released in the year respectively. The original ATX motherboard, often referred to as standard ATX or full ATX, is size 12-inch wide and 9.6 inches deep, nothing but 305 into 245 mm size, and has the COM port used for serial port, LPT port used for a line printer connecting the printer, PS2 type keyboard and mouse, and USB mounted directly on the motherboard. So here we can see the ATX motherboard, various components available on the motherboard, 8 sync and P4 power connector, inductor, capacitors, and gigabit LAN header, and this is a CPU socket lever, this one, and CPU socket voltage regulator, and this is a north bridge and 4-pin CPU fan connector, this one, and it's a motherboard model names, and these are the 4 DRAM memory slots, 1, 2, 3, and 4. This one is Super IO memory chip, these are mounting screw holes, and here floppy connector, this one 36-pin floppy connector, and this one primary ATA IDE connector. This is a 24-pin motherboard power connector, which is used to connect power supply coming from the SMPS, which is the main power source of motherboard. And this is one south bridge, and this one 4 into SATA connectors used to connect 4 SATA type devices here. Here by using this one, IDE type or hard disk or CD-ROMs can be connected. Here SATA type hard disk or DVD drives can be connected here. And this one is the primary and secondary ATA RAIDs, and this one game and MIDI header, and serial port connector, this one ATA controller, this one SATA controller, this one, and the USB header, and jumpers here, SATA RAID, and on that is on 1394 controllers, and CD in compared audio integrated circuit, onboard audio integrated circuit, 2 into PCI Express slots, 2 express slots are there, and 3 PCI slots are there, 1 AGB card is there, and novel onboard wireless chipset. This is about 80 motherboard configuration and details on the motherboard. So next one is the micro ATX, and there is one M80X. The micro ATX is a motherboard that is 9.6 inches wide and 9.6 inches deep, and capable of being as small as 6.75 inches wide and 6.75 inches deep. This motherboard was first introduced by Intel in the December 1997, and is smaller motherboard that can be used in either an ATX case or smaller computer case. So this is the ATX motherboard, micro ATX motherboard, typical micro ATX motherboard. We can see another micro ATX motherboard, These are the RAM slots and PCI slots and the AGP slot, PCI Express slot, and 8 sync. There is a CPU socket, there is a CPU lever. If you leave this one, we can remove the CPU with the help of this lever, and we can add another CPU. And these are the SATA connectors. This is the IDE connector. This is a power supply connector, and these are input output ports available on the micro ATX motherboard. The next form factor is Mini ATX. Mini ATX is the name of any of several motherboard form factors that are slightly smaller than Mini ATX. Though there is no official standard, Mini ATX dimensions are usually 5.9 inches into 5.9 inches. That is nothing but 105 into 105 millimeters. So Mini X, these are intended for use in small computers that have power efficient and generate very little heat, such as HTPCs. HTPCs are nothing but home theater personal computers. So Mini ATX motherboards were designed with MODT, that is mobile on desktop technology, which adapts mobile CPUs for lower power requirements and less heat generation, which may be beneficial for home theater PCs or in car PCs and also industrial use. So, as name itself, the Mini ATX is small in size. It is also called mobile on desktop technology. The next form factor is Flex ATX motherboard. Flex ATX is a motherboard form factor specification introduced by Intel in 1999. It builds upon and expands the micro ATX specification. It uses some of the same mounting holes as micro ATX motherboard so that it can be mounted in a micro ATX chassis. It also uses the same input-output panel specifications as those of ATX motherboards. The maximum size of Flex ATX motherboard is 9 inches into 7.5 inches. That is nothing but 229 into 191 millimeter. So this is Flex ATX. Here we can see the Flex ATX motherboard, where these are the PCI slot, and this is the ESA slot, and this is the AGP slot, and there are two RAM slots available here. This is SATA connectors, and these are serial port connectors. And here we can see input output ports. There is a LAN cable, and these are USB ports. These are also USB ports, and these are used for audio input output jacks. And this one is a VGA port. So this is a CPU socket on the Flex ATX motherboard. So next one is the BTX motherboard, Balanced Technology Extended. BTX is a motherboard form factor first announced by Intel on September 17, 2003 as a replacement for ATX. BTX was later revised to 1.0A, which was released in February 2004. The BTX features a low profile, more efficient layout to facilitate cooling, a scalable board to accommodate different system sizes and support for high mass motherboard components. So because it is everything, every motherboard must have cooling and a scalable board to accommodate different system sizes. A BTX motherboard positions its internal components in such a way as to allow the CPU, heatsink, and other hard running chips to be cooled by a single airflow stream. So internal components such a way allow CPU heatsink. The heatsinks are available for cooling the entire system of the motherboard. So here we can see the BTX motherboard, and these are the PCI slots, and this one the AGP slot, and these are the RAM slots, and this is CPU slot, and the heatsink, and all other ports. So there is a parallel port and IO ports here. Next one, LPX motherboard form factor. Low profile extension is a motherboard form factor developed by Western Digital in the year 1987, where it was making motherboards that was used in the late 1980s and throughout the 1990s. The LPX motherboard is 9 inches wide and 13 inches deep, uses a raised card and has different placement of the video, parallel, serial and PS2 ports when compared to the other motherboards. Using a Razer card allowed the expansion cards to be installed parallel to the motherboard, which is why the LP stands for low profile. The low profile allowed computers using this motherboard to be much slimmer than computers using a baby 8 motherboard. So low profile extension motherboard is a form factor developed by Western Digital in the year 1987. So this is a typical LPX motherboard, low profile extended motherboard. So next form factor is LLX motherboard. New low profile extended NLX is a motherboard form factor originally developed by Intel and first finalized in March 1997. The NLX motherboard was designed to replace the non-standard LPX design and is 9-inch wide and 13.6 deep maximum to 8-inch into 10 inches deep minimum. The LLX form factor uses a Razer board, that is a back plan, and which the motherboard plugs into instead of being on the motherboard. This allowed the motherboard to be removed from the computer without having to remove all expansion cards and supported motherboards that can be removed without using tools. This is a specialty of NLX motherboards. So we can remove the motherboard without having to remove all expansion cards. So this is the NLX motherboard. Here we have RAM slots, AGP slot, so CPU sockets where we insert the CPU, and these are IO ports, panel port, VGA port, the CMOS battery, and smart bridge and south bridges, and all are supporting components on the motherboard. Next one is the ITX motherboard. Information Technology Extended. ITX is a small motherboard form factor from VIA Technologies, that was first introduced in November 2001 with the mini ITX. Later versions of ITX include Nano ITX, released in March 2003, the Mobile ITX, released in the March 2004, and the Pico ITX, released in April 2007. With the impact configuration of ITX motherboards, they are often used in low-cost small setups found in cars, network devices, set-top boxes, and other small computers. So as the ITX motherboards are very compact configuration, they are often used in low-cost small setups found in cars and network devices, set-top boxes, and other small computers. So the ITX motherboard used in small devices where compatibility is more portability is required. So this is a mini ITX motherboard where there's RAM slots, CPU slots, USB ports, here USB ports, network card, IO, audio input and output jack, and MIDI, and this VGA port. Here also two USB ports are there, and here can be connected to PSP, PS2 mouse. This is the AGP slot again. This is a power connector, and these are SATA connectors. So you can compare picture comparison of all ITX motherboards. The mini ITX motherboard released in the November 2001, the 17 cm into 17 6.7 inches 6.7. There's a Nano ITX released in the year March 2003. The size is 4.7 inches into 4.7 inches here. The Pico ITX, which was released in the April 2007, here 2.8 centimeters into 10 centimeters. Sorry, 2.8 inches into 3.9 inches. So another mobile ITX was released in the year 2004, March 2004. And the size was 2.4 inches into 2.4 inches. The main difference between the motherboards is surprisingly low technology. Size, especially size. Also known as a form factor, the sheer volume of the board determines its compatibility more than anything else. The smallest in the bunch is called mini ATX, followed by a micro ATX, then ATX, XL ATX, and finally EATX. So we can compare these all the motherboards in the terms of sizes. A millimeter size, mini ATX is 170 mm into 170, and whereas micro ATX is 244 mm into 244, and ATX is 3.5 into 244 inches, 244 mm, and also 264 mm. And here EATX is 330 inches in 330 cm is into 305 and 345 into 305, that is in case of XL80X. So we can see the comparison also. This is standard ATX motherboard and micro ATX motherboard, mini ATX motherboard, nano ATX motherboard, and Pico ATX motherboards. So different sizes and form factors of motherboards we can see here. Comparison of the motherboard form factors. If you compare this, these are the comparisons of motherboard form factors. Form factors are standard ATX, micro ATX, mini ATX, nano ATX, Pico ATX, mobile ITX. There's nano ITX, there's a mini ITX, nano ITX, Pico ITX, mobile ITX. So standard ATX manufactured in the year 1995 by Intel. The dimensions are 12 to 13 inches and applications used in workstations and also desktop computers. Micro ATX introduced in the year 1997 by Intel Corporation. Size was in 9.6 inches to 9.6 inches, small form factor. Mini ITX developed by VIA Technologies in the year 2001. The size was 6.7 inches into 6.7 inches. It's also small factor. Nano ITX, this is also manufactured by VIA Technologies in the year 2003. 4.7 into 4.7 inches dimensions, used mostly in embedded systems. Pico ITX is also developed by VIA Technologies, that is nothing but VIA Technologies in the year 2007. The sizes were 3.9 inches into 2.8 inches, used in maximum embedded systems. Mobile ITX is also manufactured by VIA Technologies in the year 2009. The dimensions are 2.4 into 2.4, which are used in maximum embedded systems. So this is the comparison of all motherboard form factors which we have discussed now. So we can conclude here the motherboard is a form factor is a physical size and shape of the device. Here we are as we are discussing about motherboard, the form factor of motherboard is physical size and dimension of the motherboard that includes. So generally all the components like CPU, RAM and etc. are mounted in the motherboard while purchasing the motherboard form factor, while choosing the motherboard form factor. Whatever the RAM, whatever the CPU, whatever the components which are going to purchase are must be compatible with the motherboard. So while purchasing, you must remember the form factor of the motherboard, whether it is suitable to our devices or not. So this is all about motherboard form factors. Thank you.